Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby003 Show, and of course my sidekick Andrew.
Good morning.
And would you please announce a couple of our good long-time sponsors?
I can do that. How about the Quarters Casino right here north of Opelousas? If you go to exit 23 to the Quarters, you can get some good old crispy, crunchy fried chicken. You can get some Subway sandwiches. You can also get El Pico de Gallo. It's got the great Mexican restaurant and cantina there. They've got old-timey Stucky candies and Stucky snacks there. Chevron fuel, diesel, gasoline. They've also got the gaming if you want to try your luck in the Quarters Casino as well. Right here in Travel Plaza there at I-49 North, and Steamboat Warehouse just a little bit further north than that in beautiful historic Washington, Louisiana. Get mama away from the smell of her own cooking and try all the great food at Steamboat Warehouse, all the great Louisiana seafoods, all the great steaks that they've got there, huge wine selection.
Let's mention about his...
And he's also got just won a lot of at the soiree. He won Best Dish, quite a few awards.
Okay, and what is he going to be doing on this station?
He'll be on What's Cooking, which is the cooking show here on KDCG, and he'll be demonstrating some of those award-winning...
The award-winning, his #1.
The award-winning dish on this week's show.
Very important.
What's Cooking? The soft...
Well, people are going to want to watch that.
I agree. It's the soft-shell Sypamore, soft-shell crabs. It's what he calls soft-shell Sypamore. Fresh Sypamore Point crabs. So
you bet.
Try it out. You'll love it.
And that takes care of about two for the quarter. Okay. And we were on. We were back up north in Oak Grove, Louisiana, 10 miles from Mississippi and 10 miles from Arkansas borders.
Yep.
They're in that little corner up there, and I mentioned the third young man on the bottom down there was Clifton Geralds, the young man that I boxed way back then. Let's move on. And that's Clarence Cook right here when he turned pro.
And interestingly, you notice he's got the Star David on his trunk, so he's Jewish.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yep. And that coach who had a very good record, Coach McKenzie.
Oak Grove, Coach McKenzie. And
there's Brandon from Mamu, Brandon Arvey, amateur boxer at 132 pounds with the Ragin' Cajun Club. And his opponent didn't show up for the boxing match, and I was kind of disappointed. I had driven up there particularly for that, but I passed a good time. There was some good fights. The amateurs always give it their best. Always. Look at the excitement. And one guy kind of dejected, then two little young fighters, and they cry when they lose at that weight right there. And they're a little too big to cry right here. They're happy. And the volunteers, I'll tell you what, they really did a great job. These little young ladies in the beautiful green T-shirts were all over the place. And this is the picture of the Pearl, Mississippi Boxing Club, Mr. Victor Gonzalez Sr., and the young man in the blue boxing outfit is Victor Gonzalez Jr. with his coach all the way on the right. And that's their whole family. Victor Jr. has been boxing now for about 13 months, and he's very interested when he's out of school joining the Navy. Good luck to the Gonzalez, real nice family. They were sitting right in the back of us, and I know they were proud of their son's victory. And this is another picture of Lamar Hankins. And if I'm not mistaken, Lamar Hankins would defeat Calvin Clary a couple of different times, keeping Calvin from ever being a Louisiana state champion, although he became a national collegiate amateur boxer for LSU, won that maybe two or three times, but couldn't win the Louisiana. And what else we have here? We have a young lady. Yesterday I went by to visit Blaine Gilroy at the Brick and Spoon, and I've got my shirt on that I purchased from Blaine a couple of weeks back. And this is Miss Missy Bertrand, and doing a little investigating of who her mama and who her daddy is. And her daddy, of course, Harold Bertrand, and mama is Gail Bertrand, and I told her that I have a picture of a horse that won a race in New Orleans that I had bought the horse but had put it in Daddy's name, and we won a race at the fairgrounds. And her daddy is in the picture with me and a few others, not too many. And of course, this is Blaine working at his desk in the office there. And they are franchising it. They've already opened one in
you can see the plans in the background.
Beach. And
for a new location.
And then they're getting ready in 2 weeks to open in Houston, Texas. And New Orleans is right behind it. And stop by to pick myself up or try to find a size 35. The odd numbers like that are hard to find. Well, Ranch Outlet had one. I just bought one. I don't know if there was any others really, but I bought one, and then I wanted to check it to make sure it was not some tight slim cut, because I'm not slim cut, but it fit me good. And this young lady invited me to a sale that's going to be held at Ranch Outlet in Karen Crow Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're going to have a lot of goods displayed outside of the store and inside of the store. It's that big annual sale. And when Carol Castillo throws a sale, he throws a sale, the owner of Ranch Outlet. And I want to mention the young lady who waited on me, suggested, since I was wanting to see if they fit me right, she says, keep the sales material that's on it, which I did, by the way. And
that way you can get the same model again when you go back?
When I go back, I can order the same model.
You got it.
Wasn't that, I'm sorry, I didn't get a picture. When she dropped off it at the counter, she went to wait on another one. A little young girl, but very helpful. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And look at a smile here. Ranch Outlet for all of your Western needs.
And what you had, the donut shop right here.
Donut shop in Natchez, Mississippi. They were on the Food Net. They was featured on Food Net. Now they're being featured on the BOBBY003 show.
There you go.
You talk about some good donuts.
And
it reminded me
hamburgers.
of Keller's Bakery across from Junior High on, what is that, South Market Street in Opelousas, Louisiana. The Kellers, and then Mr. Keller's brother had the Keller's, which is still in operation in Lafayette.
There you go.
And this
some more Poverty Point
Poverty
photos.
Point memorabilia.
And arrowheads, and we got a photo of a wreath here.
A wreath here, and that is of a wreath at Vera Mott's beauty salon, and Farfalina.
Farfalina, the butterfly.
Farfalina, the butterfly. And she is going to be having on the 2nd at 5:30 in the afternoon, which is next Wednesday. She'll be having a grand opening, and they'll have snacks and wine and refreshments.
Easy to find, right next to the Palace Cafe, and the Jim Bowie Oak across the street from the St. Leonard Parish Courthouse. And
you better. Good luck to you, Miss Vera.
You have a baby here. What's
we
the
have
baby
a
about?
brand new baby. We lose people by death, and then we have new ones being born. And this is Bella Rose, and she is the young daughter of Carrie and Ryan Dugas. I know the Dugas family is all excited, and of course, Alex is her older brother, and the grandma and the grandpa that I know so well is David and Judy Dugas. And we've been seeing Ryan and David and the other brother, God darn it. Anyhow,
at the men's mass,
men's
so we've been
mass,
getting together. Matter of fact, you and I are going to go on Wednesday night to the one this week. But where are we going next? How about one more sponsor? Let me hit one more sponsor while we're at it. How about Targill Seasoning and Supply? If you're looking for all your kitchen supplies, cutlery supplies, butcher supplies, they've got it all there. If you're anything from a butcher shop, if you're a store or restaurant, if you're just a guy who likes to cook on the weekends, maybe your wife is a big baker, maybe you want to get the kids to take some cooking classes. They have all that available to you at Targill. Go by targill.com to see a list of all the classes available: cake decorating, pie making, pie fillers, cake fillers. They've got all that good stuff there. If you like to make your own homemade sausage, they got the grinders and everything, and the special them tubes for you to put the boudin on, the stuff you boudin, all of that there at Targill here in Opelousas, and they'll do custom seasoning blends in your own cans, in your own style of artwork. They'll use photographs you've got, put something together for you. If you want to sell seasoning, if you want to give away seasoning, they can do all that for you for promotional or for sales type stuff. Targill.
Stop by Prejean's real quick to get a gumbo, some chicken and sausage gumbo that I love over there. And while I was sitting down, Bill Brinkhouse came over. That would be Junior, of course. The senior is deceased. And he works with, well, was Omni, now it's Gibson Energy, which is right there on the Karen Crow exit there. And he says, everything is going well, a new company. And I said, how's your mama? His mama, of course, is Diane. And they had about 12 children, if I remember right, kids, and he's one of them, maybe one of the older ones. And she now lives in Sunset in her family home, and I think that was Mr. Jim Prejean's home family. And just was so nice of him to come over. And there was a individual working studiously in a book, and he was turning pages, and he wasn't looking up much. He'd take a bite every now and then. I finally figured out it was Craig Morrow, the young attorney.
Sure.
Pat and Alice's young son. So when I got through, I went by and I apologized for not having told him hello when I passed by him. He said, well, I'm busy. He just left federal courthouse matters, taking care of matters at the federal courthouse in Lafayette. And I mean, he was underlining. What do you call that when you use one of those pencils that you...
A highlighter.
Highlighter. He was highlighting. So I kidded him. I said, well, I think on my program for Thursday morning, I'm going to mention to your mom and daddy and the wife that, yes, you were working studiously.
There you go,
it's a big word for a boy from Plains,
I'll have to bring you a highlighter so when you work on the show, you can highlight as you go.
Highlight it. And, you know, it works well.
For sure it does.
And that's for real. He really was doing that, not joking.
This weekend, Music and Market in Opelousas is kicking off for the fall. Downtown Opelousas, the band is going to be Chubby Carey and the Bayou Swamp Band, September the 27th. The whole thing begins at 5:30. The music's going to start at 6 o'clock, but this week it's not going to be at Le Vieux Village. It's going to be at the Courthouse Square. So go by. There's going to be they always have all kind of good food and everything else out there.
I have a picture of Chubby Carey and his band when they were first getting started. That's going to be worth some money someday.
There you go.
Worth some money.
And don't forget, the 2 middle weekends of October is going to be the St. Landry Catholic Church Cemetery Tours, historical reenactments and everything. On the Saturday evenings from 6 through 8 p.m. there'll be tours, and on the Sunday afternoon it's going to be 2 and 3 o'clock matinee type tours in the cemetery, reenacting all sorts of old history here and people that you've heard of. That's the weekends of October 12th and 13th and October 19th and 20th.
I want to mention the anniversary of a death that took place September 30th, 2011. 2 years ago, in a few days from now, the show is being shown on the 26th, so 4 days from now, be Mr. Jack Iganaga's death. And he played a big role in who I am today and my success, and he just helped me become an achiever. He let me know that I could if I tried, and if I was willing to work the hours he worked. And
he was a hard-working man.
He was a hard-working man, and he made money for his companies, both Safeway when he managed Safeway, and then when he formed his own company in Houston. He made money in a field of the insurance industry that was and still is difficult to succeed. He was a very, very hard-working, very generous man, helped us with our Santa breakfast every year when he was alive. You bet. I love you, Mr. Jack, and I have a picture in my bathroom, and I have a picture above on my television that I watch in my living room.
And he's probably fishing in a big pond in the sky right now.
He would be fishing. He didn't like to hunt much, but he loved to fish.
We'll see you folks on 1 minute. We're going to see y'all.